na gagawa ng paraan. At alam natin, sa kasaysayan ng Amerika, lalo, halimbawa, kay Ronald Reagan noong 1981, isang baliw
assassination
na nais lamang i-impress ang isang babae ang sumubok pumatay kay Ronald Reagan. Pero wala tayong papatayin ngayong araw na ito, Angela, kundi ang ating mga mga blood pressure natin.
Mga blood pressure natin.
Ang delight of the day natin. Alright, in honor of the survivor, ika ng assassination attempt, dalawa sa mga paboritong nilalagay ni Donald Trump, sigurado ako, yung isa dito, comfort food niya agad. Agad nagpa-order ng kanyang maiinom.
Diba?
So, Diet Coke, pero walang Diet Coke.
Wala eh. Yeah. Yan na lang muna.
Coke Light at McDonald's cheeseburger.
Favorite niya to?
Favorite niya, nakakadalawang quarter pounder siya.
Talaga?
Yes.
In one sitting?
Oo. At yung mga Secret Service agents ay alam yung gusto niya. Yes. Ito pa, sa White House daw, sa table na merong pulang button na pag pinindot niyo yan, may isang butler na papasok na may dalang Diet Coke.
Aray.
Pero
at na yun, na taste test na yun.
I'm sure.
Diba?
Alam
talaga yun, diba?
Yes.
Protocol.
Pero alam mo kung bakit obsessed siya sa fast food?
Bakit?
Kasi may pagka-germaphobe siya. At alam niya, mas okay na raw, at least alam niya kung saan nanggagala yung pagkain niya. Kesa sa mga medyo mysterious sa kitchen. Kasi at least alam niya kung
paano pinaprepare.
Yes. May sistema yung mga ganyan. Kesa sa mystery eklat-eklat.
Kaya pala itong favorite niya.
Baka ang Chef Diego Castro ay madismaya pag malaman niya ang gusto ni Trump na steak ay well done.
Ay! Talaga? Kasi nga siya, ayaw niya nung mga, siya sa germ.
Well done, di ba?
Talaga? Who eats that siya?
Rubes. Hindi, kasi ganito immediately, tama ba, sa mga social na setting, pag umorder ka agad ng well done na steak, sinyalis
iba na tingin sa'yo eh.
Iba tingin sa'yo. At ang isa-serve sa'yo yung steak ay pinaka-nandun.
Sa dulo.
Sa dulo. ng rep. Yung pwede ng gawing dog food. Kasi pwede sunugin yun eh. At wala kang pakialam kung hindi mo malalaman kasi sunog na nga.
Hindi, parang sinasabi, hindi to sanay kumain ng steak kasi well done agad.
Pero pag may dugo-dugo naman, sabihin mo, cannibal to. Okay, why are we talking? Okay, because of course, so over the weekend, sa mga pinakamalaking balita, hindi lang sa Amerika sa Philippines, sa buong mundo, is because of the now confirmed assassination attempt on Mr. Trump habang nag-speech sa Bethel Park, Pennsylvania. Okay, here's a report from CNN.
The Republican National Convention starts here tomorrow, and former President Donald Trump arrives in Milwaukee Sunday evening. Now, he's made it clear to his supporters that he is excited to this event, writing on Truth Social, quote, "I look forward to speaking to our great nation this week from Wisconsin."
Take a look at what happened.
Terrifying moments at a campaign rally for former President Donald Trump in Butler, Pennsylvania, Saturday evening. A gunman perched on a nearby rooftop with what authorities say was an AR-style gun, opening fire on the crowd below and attempting to assassinate the former president. Trump's face bloodied as he's whisked away by Secret Service agents.
It was certainly chaotic, but at the same time, initially people were, screaming, very upset, people crying, ducking.
The FBI identifying the shooter as 20-year-old Thomas Matthew Crooks, a registered Republican from Pennsylvania. He was killed by the Secret Service. Trump taking to Truth Social on Sunday, thanking supporters and writing, quote, "It was God alone who prevented the unthinkable from happening. We will fear not, but instead remain resilient in our faith and defiant in the face of wickedness." After being cleared by doctors, Trump returning to his residence in Bedminster, New Jersey. Now, the 45th president's attention shifts to the Republican National Convention in Milwaukee. Many wondering if Saturday's attack will change the tone of the four-day event.
The plans have not changed. We are all praying and thinking about the victims, and we'll have a convention very, very focused, moving towards the future of this country.
The chairman of the Republican Party of Wisconsin went on to say that there will be no major changes to the program. Trump's VP pick is expected to speak on Wednesday and Trump himself on Thursday. Reporting in Milwaukee, I'm Julia Benbrook.
Thank you, Julia. Nax. Earlier today, President Joe Biden appeared in a rare Oval Office address. And here's what he said about the attack on Trump during a weekend campaign event.
Thankfully, former Trump is not seriously injured. I spoke with him last night. I'm grateful. He's doing well, and Jill and I keep him and his family in our prayers. We also extend our deepest condolences to the family of the victims who was killed. Corey was a husband, a father, a volunteer firefighter, a hero, sheltering his family from those bullets. We should all hold his family and all those injured in our prayers. A former president was shot, an American citizen killed, while simply exercising his freedom to support the candidate of his choosing. We cannot, we must not go down this road in America. We've traveled before throughout our history. Violence has never been the answer. Whether it's with members of Congress of both parties being targeted and shot, or a violent mob attacking the Capitol on January 6th, or a brutal attack on the spouse of former Speaker of the House, Nancy Pelosi, or information and intimidation on election officials, or the kidnapping plot against the sitting governor, or an attempted assassination on Donald Trump. There is no place in America for this kind of violence, or for any violence ever. Period. No exceptions. We can't allow this violence to be normalized. It's time to cool it down. We all have a responsibility to do that. Yes, we have deeply felt strong disagreements. The stakes in this election are enormously high. I've said it many times that the choice in this election we make in this election is going to shape the future of America and the world for decades to come. I believe that with all my soul.
Take note, Angela, naisingit pa niya yung January 6.
Oh, di ba?
Pang-equalize yun na, okay, one act of violence. Pero tandaan natin, January 6, nilusob ang Capitol.
Yes.
Pero ito'y medyo delikado
Capitol
dito,
attack.
Angela. Kahit sabihin mo na, okay, cool down muna. In fact, si Biden suspended parts of his campaign muna.
Yes, oo.
Ang nakakatakot kasi dito ay yung mga damaga religious na baka magkaroon ng isang pag-uudyok na I must exact revenge. Ang ganito, di ba? Kahit sabihin natin na lone wolf, supposedly.
Oo, supposedly, yan ang
Itong
kita
si
nila.
Crook, 20-year-old, na dietary assistant pala sa isang nursing home.
Totoo
Oo.
yan. So, yun nga yung sinasabi natin ano yung effect nito, ano yung magiging tone ng magiging event nila, yung RNC, yung Republican National Convention. Kasi a lot of expecting actually na baka pwedeng i-cancel na lang yun after nung nangyari. Pero hindi, itutuloy daw nila ito.
Actually, ang point ng RNC convention is to elect.
Yes, of course.
Maging official si
Yes.
Trump. Pero whether may ganito o wala, magiging official na naman, wala nang ibang kalaban si Trump.
Totoo yan.
Yung vice president lang, siguro. Yun ang inaabangan.
Yun ang inaabangan din nila. Pero yun nga, over the weekend, ito talaga yung pinag-usapan at tinitignan, ano ba? Ano ba yung naging dahilan? Ano ba yung motibo nitong shooter na ito? 'Di ba dito sa nangyari nga dito kay Trump. So hanggang ngayon, they're still investigating itong mga pangyayari na ito. Aside from dun sa details na sinabi mo, lone wolf, supposedly, siya ay nagtatrabaho sa isang, di ba, isa siyang nursing aide.
20 years old?
Oo. Yung mga classmates niya na nakapagsalita din, nagulat daw talaga sila because yung sa karakter niya na nakita nila during nung time nila sa high school years nila, hindi naman daw ganyan. Tahimik siya. Actually, he's actually a parang honor student, di ba? Magaling sa math and science. At hindi daw nagsasabi ng masama. Well, he's not even, ang tawag doon, politically involved. Di ba?
Although siya pala ay isang registered Republican. Pero
siya.
nag-donate siya ng $115 sa liberal...
$15 ba? 15 nata.
$15. Malaki pala, $115 sa Lib Dems. No? Pero ito
ang mami niya ang registered Democrats.
Yun. Okay. What they know so far, dahil walang ID na nakita sa kanya, through DNA na trace, yung pag-aari ng weapon. So doon siya nakilala, no? Bilis ng DNA nila. At ngayon ang phone daw niya ay nasa Quantico sa FBI headquarters.
Yes.
At chinecheck pa kung ano yung laman. So far, kung meron bang mga political... Okay.
Even though his posts sa social media, parang
Yes.
nakikita nila wala pang connection dito sa nangyaring itong
Yes.
incident na to eh.
At kung titingnan nyo, yung mga ninerdo-nerdo yung medyo delikado, kung tutuusin mo. At ngayon, ang pinag-uusapan kanina umaga ay yung malaking gap doon sa security ng Secret Service. Saan ba sila nagkulang?
Totoo yan.
Sinasabing outside the perimeter, bakit walang nakakita? Kahit marami na raw tumuturo that
Meron, oo.
there's a guy sa ibabaw daw ng roof, bakit hindi raw umakto agad?
Actually, paakyat pa lang daw siya, crawling up to the
Yes.
roof, climbing up to the roof. Sinabi na ng mga witness on the ground na meron doon sa mga authorities doon surrounding the event, na meron nga daw umaakyat na lalaki na may dalang baril. Bakit
Yes.
hindi agad daw nakapag-action or rumisponde agad?
Di ba? Grabe, no?
Pero merong isang, okay ngayon si former President Donald Trump, daplis lang sa kanyang tenga, pero may isang namatay
Oo nga.
at may 2 others that are in critical condition.
Makikita mo, ito yung parang emergency formation ng Secret Service.
Yes.
Palibutan agad ang subject.
Oo.
Although maririnig mo sa mic, ang concern ni Trump ay,
Ay, shoes, di ba?
gotta get my shoes.
My
Oo.
shoes, my shoes.
My shoes, oo. Yun ang weird survival instinct ng katawan natin. Kasi paraan siya na nagsasabi sa'yo na, you gotta think that everything's alright.
Oo.
Kaya yung sapatos ang hinanap niya.
Oo. Pero yun nga makikita mo, akala mo sa movie mo lang mapapanood yung mga ganon, di ba? Nag-close in yung security,
Yes.
di ba? Sumisigaw sila na shooters down, tapos they made a move already, tapos yung mga tao sumisigaw na. So, kala mo talaga in essence sa pelikula, pero it really happened in real life.
Oo.
Di ba? It's really happening in real life.
At doon mo makikita na kung may isa pang shooter sa separate area, yari pa kasi naka-expose yung mukha ni Trump. Oh.
Totoo, kasi
yung isang agent, matangkad si Trump.
Oo.
So, yan medyo exposed.
Naging parang, historical ba tawag doon?
Of course.
Yung sa kanyang paglabas ng kanyang
naging
kamao.
iconic.
Iconic.
Oo. Yung kuha ng AP, no? Itong, ngayon tinatawag na lang already historic and iconic, na kinocompare nila sa yung classic photograph ng mga Marines sa Iwo Jima. No? Ito, sa New Yorker, they're calling it an image that will last.
Yes.
So si Trump, defiant, nakataas pa yung kanang kamay, tapos may flag pa ng Amerika.
Duguan pa.
Oo. Alam mo yun, nakakompose pa yung photographer sa bagay Pulitzer Prize winner pala itong photographer na ito.
Journalist. Galing, no?
Oo. At si Evan Vucci ang pangalan niya, no?
Yung kumuha niyan.
Yung kumuha. Pero yun,
Kaya nga sabi nga parang Trump has already sealed his win
parang ganun eh.
because of what happened, sabi nila. Dahil alam mo na, dramatic. Oo.
Muntik na siya maging fifth, although not in office, pero muntik na siya maging panglima na presidente ng Amerika na mamatay via assassination.
Totoo.
Kasi may isa ring historic na sinasabi nila, there at pang 13 attempts, no,
Sino to?
on presidents na nakasurvive. Okay. Pero sinasabi nila, pinakamatigas sa lahat. Sinubukan barilin, pero nakasurvive siya dahil sa kahaba ng kanyang speech. Si Theodore Roosevelt. Na nung binaril siya, meron siyang 300 pages ng notes.
Yes.
Hindi-
Tsaka yung case ba ng salamin niya, tama ba? Kasama
At
din
hindi
yun.
tumagos yun.
Hindi tumagos.
Well, hanggang muscle lang, pero ibig sabihin, na-prevent niya yung impact.
Oo.
At ang mga doktor, nag-decide na wag nang tanggalin. They decide to keep it, parang kay Pinoy dati. Pero ang malapit dyan, tinapos pa ni Theodore Roosevelt yung speech niya. Oo. Sa harap nung
Ako.
ganun sa katindi, ganun katigas.
Ayun na nga. So, in essence nga, yung lahat ng mga world leaders ay nag-condemn nitong act of violence na ito. Even kanina nga si Joe Biden, tinawagan niya si former President Donald Trump dahil nga dun sa nangyari, kinamusta siya. And even President Bongbong Marcos, di ba, nagbigay ng pahayag. So, yun yung nangyari over the weekend dito nga sa naging rally dyan ni former President Donald Trump. On a much lighter note, Lourd,
Right.
check muna natin yung ilang pampa-good vibes na nasa story ng social media. Ito, tingnan natin to. Ito. Ewan ko kung Teka lang, ha? Hindi tayo magaling mag-multitask.
Post galing Albay. Si
Ayan.
Lazy Baker Cupcakery. May ganun pala
Yan.
word cupcakery, no?
Yan. So, Lazy Baker Cupcakery. Yan. So, isang request nung isang deaf-mute na tatay kasi meron siyang anak na gagraduate. So, nag-request siya dito sa bakery na to na kung meron ba silang 100 pesos na
Cake.
halaga ng cake. Pero, syempre, kasi sabi nga niya, para sa graduation ng anak niya, naawa naman at syempre, naantig yung puso na nung may-ari ng bakery, binigyan na lamang siya ng cake. Ayan, nakikita natin sa ating screen yung Happy Graduation, Lawrence, Love, Papa. Pero hindi pa dyan nagtatapos yung kwento at mas nakakaantig dahil syempre sinabi nung tatay kung may mga gusto kayo ipagawa sa kanya, 'di ba, dun sa bakery para masuklian man niya yung kabutihan na ginawa ng bakery sa kanya, yung bakery owner, ay inoffer niya yung service niya. So, ito yung mga masarap bigyan eh. Hindi lang hingi ng hingi, 'di ba?
Okay, wait. Yung pera bang nandiyan sa ibabaw ng note, yan yung 100 pesos?
100 pesos yung pera niya. Pero syempre, wala namang cake na 100 pesos, di ba? So,
Wala ba?
wala naman yung ganyang kagandang cake. Hindi yun, imposibleng 100 pesos yan. Flour pa lang, Lourd, magkano na? Di ba? So anyway, so kabutihan na ginawa nga nung may-ari ng bakery, which is yung Lazy Baker Cupcakery, ay binigyan siya ng cake. Tapos yung sabi nga niya, sige, kapalit na lang yan, na lang, baka may gusto kayo pagawa, pagtatrabahuhin ko yung amount ng cake na binigay ninyo, which is nakakaantig din yung ginawa niya, 'di ba? Hindi siya yung basta hingi lang ng hingi, 'di ba? Kung kaya kong bayaran yan, babayaran ko. Yun ang para sa kanya. So,
Makes you believe or it restores your faith in humanity.
there's hope in humanity.
Yeah.
Diba?
Oh,
There's
kahit
love within the community pa rin na nabubuhay sa atin. So, yan.
Sana
Nakakatuwa.
marami mga ganyan. At yung mga nagpo-post sa mga ganito mga stories, baka marami kasi tayong mga kababayan na nagdadalawang isip na baka I'm tooting my own horn. Hindi po. You're providing inspiration. So, kung may mga ganyan po tayong kwento, wag niyo nang isipin yung mga haters we're gonna do something good. Bakit?
Papagkalat mo pa,
Oo.
for content ba yan?
Correct,
I think mas maganda na nga yung maganda na ipagkalat mo kaysa nagkakalat ka ng cheese, nagkakalat ka ng lagim.
Correct.
Diba? Ng mga
The same way,
ano-ano.
kung meron kayong mga napanalunan ng mga awards, ito ay nagbibigay din ng inspirasyon sa hindi po yan pagyayabang.
Totoo.
Yung mga haters na yan, mga kalandian lamang.
It's how they see themselves, not you. It's not about you. Parang
Correct.
ganon.
Oo.
Diba? Kung ganon ang tingin nila, na parang kung nagpo-post ka ng mabuting bagay na ginawa mo at ang tingin nila ay nagyayabang ka, it's on them. 'Di ba? Kasi
Good point.
yun ang tingin nila, ganun sila tumingin.
In short, may mali siya sila.
May mali siya, oo. Sige.
Yung daddy pa pala na yun ay mute at may problema sa pandinig.
Yes, hard of hearing yan. Okay, sige.
Sana po. Pero ano kaya pinagawa doon sa tatay?
Ano? I'm sure hindi naman na siya kumbaga parang in-offer lang naman ng father yan, hindi na nila
Uy, kung ako, pagtatrabahuin ko pa rin siya.
Talaga?
Kasi parang meron siyang self-worth
Oo
at
nga.
hindi siya dole out.
Good point. Oo,
Diba?
Totoo.
So, hard and deaf, mute. Pag sagutin mo ng telepono,
Pwede. Sira ka talaga.
joke lang po.
Joke lang yun.
Congratulations po.
Oo.
Sana po kumalat ang Mayor Tribe Increase, ika nga. Mataga, lazy.
Hindi ako lazy, Lazy Cupcakery. Congratulations din sa anak niya kasi nag-graduate, di ba?
Yes.
Okay, punta na tayo sa second story natin sa social media, which is, eto.
Gusto ng taga-Davao yan, no?
America's front line against fentanyl is a golden retriever named Goose.
Goose!
Di ba yung sa Marvel, pangalan ng pusa si Goose? Si
Hindi
Captain
pa ako pupunta
Marvel.
doon. Sa Top Gun, may
Si
sarang
Goose din.
Oh.
Oo, si Goose.
Marvel talaga naisip mo.
Captain Marvel. Oo. Si Captain Marvel yung alaga niyang pusa doon, Goose.
Bakit naman si Goose ay frontline in the fight against fentanyl?
Oo. Itong golden retriever na to, siya yung, ang tawag, sumisinghot. Tama ba?
K9.
Sinisinghot niya yung
K9
mga,
detection.
yung mga boxes dyan. Oo, dyan sa may Mexico border. Diba? Kung may mga illicit drugs, ganyan. Yan ang kanyang trabaho. Si Goose. Oo. Against sa fentanyl trafficking sa Mexico border.
Teka muna.
Ano?
Hindi naman Golden Retriever yan, German
Oo
Shepherd
nga.
yan,
Baka hindi yan si Goose.
Oo nga. Goose!
Hindi ba si
kayo
Goose
ka pala.
yan? Oo nga, no. German Shepherd yun. Pero hindi. Ewan ko.
Ito
Baka ano
Shepherd.
lang yan.
Ito Belgian something.
Oo. Baka
Tama ba?
file photo lang. Wala pa yung itsura ni
Ayun
Goose.
si Goose.
Ayun! Ayun si Goose. Ayan
Alam mo,
na
pag
nga.
nagka-dog ako, ulit.
Ay, matatalino yung mga golden retriever. Madali
Oo.
i-train.
Pero pag na-attach ka dyan, tapos nawala sa'yo,
Oh, we had the golden retriever before.
para ka naputulan ng
Napakalam.
paa. Never again.
Ganon din ba sa'yo?
Masaklap.
Okay, sige. From social media, let's go to
Tuloy ako.
showbiz updates. Bakit?
Yung-
Nalungkot ka?
Goose.
Cute!
Alam mo, Goose.
Fluffy!
Oo, ang
Ang
bait pa
fluffy
niyan.
niya.
Bait yung mga yan.
Oo. Maamo
Uy,
talaga.
6 years old na siya pala.
6 na?
Nako. Sakit yan. May, alam nyo, baka ma-feature yan sa branch. Sa Bulacan, may isang parang home for the aged na mga ex-K9 na.
Talaga?
Binibenta nila yung iba. Kasi yung iba, nawalay na sa amo nila. So parang alam mo yon, yung yan, tandem kasi yan eh. Lifetime halos yan eh. So yung iba nalulungkot na wala na yung mga kasama or namatay.
Oo.
Naghahanap sila ng aampon sa kanila.
Aampon. Actually, ganun din sa Navy or sa Armed Forces of the Philippines. Yung mga nila, yung mga K9 na yung mga ganyan nila, na mga aso nila. Syempre, at a certain age, hindi na sila po pwede sumama sa field. So, in-up sila for adoption. Para makaranas naman sila ng normal life. Yung mga yon. Okay. So, may dadagdag ka pa ba?
Walang mag-offer ng cupcake sa kanya.
Bawal cupcake kaya may sugary sa dog.
Correct.
Sugary food.
Huwag niyo gagawin yan.
Bawal
Unless
yun.
may parang kayo na gumawa ng cupcake gawa sa atay.
Meron nabibilan ngayon online. Pag mga nagbe-birthday.
Oy, kay Chef Jean Gonzalez pala, yung anak niya gumagawa. May parang restaurant yan na para sa dogs.
Yun.
At gumagawa siya ng menu for dogs.
May mga cakes and Pero speaking of cakes, gusto ko lang muna batiin. Si Boss Manny Pangilinan. Birthday
Sir MVP,
kahapon.
belated sir.
Belated happy birthday. And birthday naman today ni Ma'am Jane Basas.
Ma'am Jane, happy birthday po.
Saan ba tayo? Saan tayo, Ma'am Jane?
Saan mo gusto?
Okay, so from
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday po. From social media, let's go to showbiz.
Alright.
Okay, P-pop groups SB19 and Beanie thrilled their fans with surprise collaborations at an event hosted by a retail giant. SB19 Josh joined Beanie at the latter's Salamin Salamin performance. While the girls made a cameo during the boy group's Gento number, Beanie has recently dropped their single Cherry on Top, which now has millions of plays and video views.
Eto
Okay,
naman.
sige,
Bukod
go
kay
ahead.
Ivana Alawi.
Oo. Si Ivana Alawi's manager, Perry Lansingan, is denying his ward's supposed attitude problem. Still making the rounds online are reports that the actress and blogger is frequently unavailable to tape for the TV series Batang Quiapo. This is why she's out of the show, netizens claim. But Lansingan said Ivana just had commitments before joining the show. And on another note, Batang Quiapo star John Estrada recently posted photos of his Boracay trip on Instagram. Netizens teased the actor and asked who accompanied him to the trip. John's wife, beauty queen Priscilla Mireles, responded to a netizen and actually dropped a name. She also said, quote, "Looking very divorced, John Estrada." The comments on the said IG post have been turned off.
Wait,
Iba yun.
Hiwalay na
Malaman
ba sila?
yun. Hindi pa. Hindi sila hiwalay. Hindi pa.
pero are they together?
Oh, well, the last time I checked,
Di-
diba?
di ba
Nagka-problema, diba? Tapos, nag-post pa nga itong si Priscilla sa kanyang IG. Tapos parang apparently, after few days, they posted a photo together. Or at least it was John who posted the photo of them together. So I thought okay na sila. Pero ngayon, may ganyan. Malaman yun Unless it's just a joke, pero parang Duterte lang, joking. That we don't know. Titingnan na lang natin, naabangan natin ang mga susunod na kabanata.
Hindi ba weird na nasa Boracay ka, ang post mong picture ay nasa likod mo, parang nasa Los Baños ka lang.
Talaga ba?
Di ba?
Oo,
Mukha
nga.
bang Boracay?
Yung mga private resort
Kung
doon.
hindi mo sinabi, mukha bang Boracay?
Oh, baka dyan lang siya nagpa-post. ng kanyang picture.
Baka ex-deal, hindi kaya. Mga concerns,
Pero,
no?
Oo. Pero yan, malaman din yung sinabi ng kanyang
henan.
Oo.
Henan ba?
Maganda nun. Maganda dun, di ba?
Masarap. Yung buffet, maraming selection.
Di ba yayamanin dun?
Mahalang henan.
Oo.
At ano ba
sige.
yung nakikita natin? May nagyayakap. Okay.
Sino yun?
Hindi ko alam, pero kayo pa rin po yung nanonood ng Afternoon Delight. More stories and conversations coming up. For now, here's a tribute to Hollywood actress Shannon Doherty, who recently died due to cancer.
At the height of her fame, Shannon Doherty had a reputation for being difficult.
I'm not a bitch. I am not difficult to work with. I stand up for what I believe in. And if somebody thinks that's wrong, then that's their problem.
The so-called Hollywood bad girl had wholesome beginnings. She moved from Memphis, Tennessee to LA as a kid, and by the age of 11 was appearing on family shows like Little House on the Prairie and Father Murphy.
Last letter?
Yeah?
She grew into her teens and made an impression on the big screen as one of the mean girls in the dark high school comedy, Heathers.
She's alive and in stable condition.
Then at 19, she landed the TV role that made her famous. Brenda Walsh was an ordinary Minnesota teen in a glamorous new zip code, Beverly Hills 90210.
I love you.
I love you too.
Doherty's character struck up a famous romance with bad boy Dylan McKay, played by Luke Perry.
Dylan.
Fred, whatever you want. I'm through playing games.
Her run on the hit show lasted 4 seasons, marked by feuds with co-stars and drama on the set. A few minor run-ins with the law also helped cement her bad girl reputation in the tabloids.
I'm not a role model. I'm 21 years old. I have a lot of responsibility on me, and I'm not going to be perfect. So don't look up to me, boys and girls. I'm trying my hardest.
Director Kevin Smith cast her in his film Mallrats. But for a while, Doherty's post-90210 work was mostly in made-for-TV movies. That changed in 1998, when she scored a starring role as one of the modern-day witches in the TV show Charmed.
The power of 3 will set us free.
Once again, there were reports of infighting with castmates, and Doherty left the series after 3 seasons. In later years, she revisited 90210, reprising her role in a 2008 reboot, and later playing a version of herself in BH 90210.
I can't do this.
In 2015, Doherty was diagnosed with stage 4 breast cancer. She documented her battle with it on social media, hoping it would inspire others. She went into remission following a mastectomy, radiation, and chemotherapy. Then, in 2019, the heartbreaking news that her friend and 90210 co-star Luke Perry had died.
Somebody who was, seemingly healthy to go first. It was really shocking.
The next year, she revealed some sad news of her own. Her cancer had returned.
Definitely days where I say, why me? And then I go, well, why not me? Who else? Who else besides me deserves this? None of us do.
Strong-willed and never shy, Shannon Doherty made a mark with roles that were touchstones for a generation.
Afternoon Delight sa One News. Lourd de Veyra po.
Ako naman si Angela Lagunzad-Castro at of course, good afternoon.
Alright, on to our headlines. Where is Bamban Mayor Alice Guo? That has been the question since the weekend after the Office of the Senate Sergeant-at-Arms failed to serve her arrest warrant. But the mayor's accountant, Nancy Gamos, has been taken under Senate custody. That's to compel her to attend the next hearing on July 19 over illegal pogo operations in Tarlac. Go and 6 other associates are yet to be located. Bamban officials are clueless as to the suspended mayor's whereabouts.
Wala na kami pong communication. Blackout po. Yung mga telepono niya, tinatawagan po yata siya. Wala po, blackout na. Pati ng Facebook po, wala na po.
Alright, Alice Guo skipped a recent Senate hearing citing trauma and issues related to her mental health. Senators are urging her to come forward, and Go's lawyer agrees.
Always ang advice ko is to follow the legal processes, di ba? Kasi yan naman, hindi ka naman pwedeng magtago habang buhay.
Meantime, here's a quick rundown of more stories on One News. Pag-asa is monitoring a tropical depression now outside the Philippine area of responsibility. The tropical depression was last seen 1,011 kilometers west of central Luzon. There's also a cloud cluster spotted east of Mindanao, which is expected to form into a low-pressure area. Pag-asa said the cloud cluster will bring rains to some parts of Visayas and Mindanao. Vice President Sara Duterte is scheduled to turn over the DepEd leadership to Senator Sonny Angara this week. Duterte recently shared photos of her farewell dinner with some staff. Angara has earlier revealed that several officials of the Education Department have resigned. A Tagum City Court has sentenced ACT Teachers Party List Representative Franz Castro and former Bayan Muna Representative Satur Ocampo. They face up to 6 years of imprisonment for violating the Special Protection of Children Against Abuse, Exploitation, and Discrimination Act. In 2018, they were accused of transporting Lumad minors during a solidarity mission. In a joint statement, Ocampo and Castro called the decision unacceptable and unjust. Meralco has announced a 2 peso per kilowatt-hour increase in power rates this month. This brings the overall rate for a typical household to 11 pesos and 6 centavos per kilowatt-hour. For those consuming 200 kilowatt per hour, the hike translates to a 430 peso increase in their total power monthly bill.
Coco Pimentel is urging President Bongbong Marcos to announce in his State of the Nation address a total pogo ban. Because Pimentel believes doing so would be a good political move for President Marcos. The lawmaker also said that the announcement could boost the president's approval rating.
The House of Representatives is in the final stages of their preparations for this year's SONA. The Interagency Committee is scheduled to have their final meeting and walkthrough for the event. Meantime, a nationwide gun ban will be implemented on July 22. The National Police earlier announced that over 22,000 personnel will be deployed for the SONA. BTS member Jin carried the torch for the 2024 Paris Olympics on Sunday. The K-pop sensation led the Louvre Museum section of the relay in Paris. The Olympics will begin on July 26 with 22 Filipino athletes competing in the Games.
Although raised in Spain, John Cabang never forgets where he came from. Now he's proudly representing the Philippines in men's hurdling at the 2024 Paris Olympics. Mobile Journal Denise has the story.
Na marami ng hurdles na nalampasan, pero pinakamatayog ang hurdle na kailangang talunin ng ating pinakapagong pambato para sa Paris Olympics 2024. Inanunsyo na nga ng Philippine Athletics Track and Field Association na ang sasabak para sa men's hurdling ay walang iba kung hindi ang 22 anyos na si John Cabang Tolentino. Ito ay matapos niyang ma-qualify after ranking at the 38th spot.
I feel good. It's been a long trip since the last year, having big meets, and this year it's been a little bit busy because we were trying to figure out how we were going to make those points to be qualified for the Olympics.
Bago siya nakaabot dito, literal na maraming hurdles ang kinailangang harapin ni John. Ipinanganak si John sa Madrid, Spain kasama ang kanyang biological Filipino parents. Pero iba raw ang nagpalaki sa kanya.
My both parents are Filipino, but I was like kind of adopted from other parents. That's why I don't speak Filipino because since 3 years old, I haven't been with my mother.
14 years old si John nang pumasok ang hurdling sa buhay niya.
I started in the secondary school because of one of my teammates, because we were like playing football and basketball and all the stuff. Another friend was going to track and field, and he was so good. So I started from there.
Pinapili pa nga siya kung ano ba talaga ang gusto niyang irepresenta, ang Spain o ang Pilipinas. Pero sa huli, nanaig daw ang dumadaloy na dugo sa kanyang katawan.
It was my mom from the Philippines, told me that she was insisting to me to go to the Philippines. So I decided with my coach to represent the Philippines.
Dagdag pa ni John, hindi pa rin daw siya makapaniwala na lalaban siya sa 2024 Paris Olympics.
The first time I was in the national team, it was in the SEA Games in Cambodia. There I got the bronze medal. I was very blessed for competing for the Philippines. So now I'm continuing to make it bigger my career. I'm trying to trust myself because I own the place for the Olympics. So yeah, it's just to trust myself.
May John be a testament that with the right people around you and by believing in yourself, your dreams will indeed become a reality. Mobile Journal Denise po, hatid ang mukha ng balita.
Over in Cebu, over 20 athletes in the Palarong Pambansa have been hospitalized. Several of them tested positive for dengue. For details, let's bring in One News Cebu desk, Dale Israel. Dale, what happened to the athletes?
Yes, ngayong hapon, Lourd and Angela, there are, about 23 athletes admitted at the hospital, and 7 of them are positive for dengue fever, according to the list provided by the medical team of the Palarong Pambansa in Cebu City. But as of today, only 4 are still recovering at the hospital and not extreme dengue cases. The rest of the athletes have already been discharged. The other admissions were because of injuries from the games itself. In an interview last Friday with the director of the Cebu City Medical Center, Dr. Peter Mancao, it is possible that these athletes acquired dengue from their home provinces and not necessarily here in Cebu City. Dr. Mancao said most of these athletes have already showed symptoms when they got to Cebu. Phil Mancao reminded organizers and the athletes themselves to maintain cleanliness in the billeting quarters to prevent other sickness. According to the records acquired by the Freeman newspaper, there are about 126 athletes that were given medical attention or given first aid, and mostly injuries like sternum muscles and ligaments, and some need to undergo physical therapy. Some 600 medical practitioners were also spread throughout the 36 playing venues and 20 billeting quarters. Cebu City Sports Commission Chairman John Pajes said that the medical team of the Palaro is on top of the situation when it comes to the medical needs of these athletes. This was also the observation by DepEd Assistant Secretary Francis Cesar Bringas, who said that they received positive feedback from the delegations as to the preparations for hospitalization and other medical emergencies. Aside from the Cebu City Medical Center, the Palaro organizers also set up an infirmary at the Cebu City Sports Center that can handle medical procedures and not just first aid. It is the final day of action here at the Palarong Pambansa. We are talking about 16,233 delegations composed of athletes, coaches, teachers, chaperones, and committee members that are here in Cebu City. The athletes alone are about 8,000, vying for 37 sporting events. Tomorrow, a spectacular closing ceremonies will be held at the Cebu City Sports Complex, and we will keep you posted on that right here on One News.
Before anything else, Dale, who's leading the medal tally? And again, a thing about the dengue patients, were all the 7 athletes tested positive for dengue, were they from the same place?
Lord, there are no details yet as to the places that these athletes came from. But we were told that these are different delegations, but no specific place as to where these athletes are from.
Kasi kung from different places at may dengue, medyo kakusyonin mo. Pero kung lahat sila galing sa isang lugar, maaring may point nga yung defense ng organizers. But who's leading the medal tally? Tito Dale.
Yeah, the overall tally from the Department of Education, they posted Southern Luzon, our Region 4A, is still leading the pack.
Wow.
Second place, it will be the National Capital Region and Western Visayas on third place. Central Visayas, Cebu City is fifth place, and Davao Region is also fourth.
Grabe.
Lourd?
Take that, Imperial Manila. Oh, dati Imperial Manila eh. At yung mga na-o-hospital dati, naalala ko noon yung mga hinihimatay.
Oo,
Kasi
sa
sobrang
init.
init.
Oo.
Ngayon, wala nang gano'n, Dale? Walang na-record na gano'n?
Yes, there are no records of heat-related injuries because it's been raining and on and off rains here in Cebu City for the past few days.
May kinalaman yung pag-urong siguro ng petsa. Anyway, may bukas pa tayo, Dale. Pag-uusapan natin. Analysis din kung total success ba, what they did right and kung anong mga adjustments kailangan gawin. Para may unity. Like sa sportsman lang.
Hindi pa rin tapos yung unity na.
Alright. Unity forever,
Oo,
Angela.
syempre. Oo.
Thank you. Thank you, Dale.
Ayun.
Yan po ang ating One News Cebu Desk. Dale Israel, ang editor din ng The Freeman Cebu.
Oo. Sige. So from Cebu, sa palarong pambansa, dumako naman tayo sa vroom racing.
Akala ko vroom
Hindi, iba yun.
Hated pa yun, vroom din.
Iba yun. But meantime, new racing formats were featured in the first leg of this year's Toyota Gazoo Racing Philippine Cup. Here's the report.
The country's premier race series is back for its 10th iteration this year. The first leg of the Toyota Gazoo Racing Philippine Cup kicked off at the Clark International Speedway over the weekend. This year's race featured new formats, the sprint and endurance races. The first one was 12-lap and 30-minute format, while the other was a 1.5-hour circuit. The lineup for circuit racers included Ref Bangsil and Lexi Menjola.
So there was a lot of skill training that we had to do just to be able to get here and of course drive safe, be safe to your other drivers, and at the same time be aggressive enough to be able to win.
It's been a big jump from, autocross all the way to circuit racing. So it was quite the experience, but I'm having the time of my life. I've never felt more alive, to be honest, and I think I found my passion.
Toyota Motor Philippines President Masando Hashimoto also graced the event. Aside from the races, the TGR also featured driving exhibitions and a sim-reaching experience booth. The winner for the novice class of the Sprint Race 1 was Jamel Lacuna. Bong Garnes for the promotional class, Giro Garbes for the sporting class, and Red Diwa for super sporting. For the Sprint Race 2, Russell Reyes was named winner of the novice class. Julia de Los Angeles for the promotional class, J. Lau for the sporting, and Russell Cabrera for super sporting class. Russell Reyes was also the winner of the novice class of the endurance race. Other winners included Julia de Los Angeles for the promotional class, Denzel Whitan for sporting, and Inigo Anton for the super sporting class. Elvin Luciano, Vice President for Marketing Services of Toyota Motor Philippines, says this year's edition of the race has been made better and more intense.
For this year, we are intensifying the races, and at the same time, we are getting stronger on our message of Toyota Gazoo Racing Philippine Cup as a gateway or stepping stone for racing talents to further their skills and their career.
Luciano thanked all racing fans across the country for continuing support the TGR Philippine Cup.
We have nothing but thanks for our race fans, the racing communities, the racers and the racing teams who have been participating in Toyota's Motorsport Series throughout the years. Obviously, we wouldn't have reached 10 years of a motorsports legacy without your support and your active participation.
You're still watching Afternoon Delight on One News. Hanggang alas 3 pa po kami, kaya dyan lang po kayo. Huwag kayong aalis. Stay tuned.
July 15th, 1971. In a stunning move during the Cold War, President Richard Nixon says he will become the first American leader to visit communist China.
To seek the normalization of relations between the two countries, and also to exchange views on questions of concern to the two sides.
Nixon's trip to China the following year paves the way for full diplomatic ties between Washington and Beijing, ending decades of hostility. 1997.
Okay, hold on. How did he get shot, sir? I don't know. He was walking in front of his home. That's Johnny Versace.
In Miami Beach, fashion designer Gianni Versace is shot to death outside his home. The suspect, spree killer Andrew Cunanan. Miami Beach Police Chief Richard Barreto.
He's a brazen individual, well-dressed, well-educated. He's not a stupid person.
Days later, Cunanan is found dead from a self-inflicted gunshot wound on a houseboat miles from Versace's murder. 1916. In Seattle, the birth of what becomes the world's largest aircraft maker. As William Boeing founds the company that now bears his name, originally known as Pacific Aero Products. And 1606. Rembrandt, the Dutch painter who's considered one of Europe's greatest, is born in the Netherlands. Today in history, July 15th. Mike Gracia, The Associated Press.
And we're back. You're still watching Afternoon Delight. Ako po si Angela Lagunzad-Castro.
At ako naman po si Lourd de Veyra.
Munti ko na masabing brunch. Fans flock to Willie Revillame's Welcome Back party at TV5. That's as Will's show premieres later at 5 p.m. Mobile Journal Marimon Reyes has the story.
Welcome back! Ito ang sigaw ng mga kapatid na nag-abang sa pasabog na pagbabalik ng nag-iisang programang nagbibigay saya at pag-asa sa TV5.
Tinumog ang Cubao, Quezon City ng daan-daang fan na nakisaya sa Welcome Back Party at patikim sa game show ni Kuya Willie Revillame na Will to Win sa TV5. Dahil nais ng programa na ibahagi ang saya sa abot ng makakaya, nagkaroon din ng satellite venues tulad sa Farmers Plaza kung saan sobrang taas ng energy ng mga fanatics at loyal watchers ni Kuya Will since day one. Paano ba naman? Isang taon mahigit din daw nilang hinintay ang pagbabalik na ito.
Siyempre masaya po! Masaya dahil sa muli! Tutungtung ako! Dati nakaano na rin ako dyan nakalaro. Ngayon harinawa maglaro ulit ako. Miss! Kanina pa ma'am! Kanina pa namin namin si Kuya Will!
Ginawa naman ang main event sa New Frontier Theater na premium audio at visual experience ang naibigay sa mga manonood. Mula Kamaynilaan hanggang sa Laguna, Rizal, Valenzuela, Batangas, across the map ang audience. Ang iba, bumiyahe pa ng madaling araw para lang makita si Kuya Will. Tulad na lang nitong dalawa na nanggaling pa sa Bulacan.
Miss na po! Kailangan mo masalit kami sa game!
Napuno ng emosyon ang muling pagpapakita ni Kuya Will sa entablado kasama ang kanyang co-hosts.
Sobrang namiss ko kayo. So yung mga ngiti nyo, namiss ko yung palakpakan nyo. Alam niyo ba yung kaligayahan na nararamdaman ko ngayon? Walang kapatay. Alam niyo na, ang buhay ko kasama ko kayo araw-araw. Ang buhay ko, natanda sa bawat Pilipino. Muling nakabukas ang pintuan. Sa bawat Pilipino nangangarap ang gustong kaligayahan, gustong saya at gustong ligaya. Muli, ito na ang pag-asa nyo dito sa Pilipinas.
Bumaha ng kantahan, sayawan at kasiyahan. Nagpaulan din agad ng cash prizes at mga jacket. Pero chika ng ilang co-host ni Will, nagsisimula pa lang ang tunay na saya.
Ganito pala yung feeling na pag may mga kapatid lang nanonood, alam mo yun, sobrang taas ang energy, yung hiyawan nila, nakakataba ng puso.
Ang dami pong mga bagong pag-games ni Kuya Will, katulad ng Kasyalo, yan yung mga, pumunta po kami sa mga barangay ni Kuya Sam, tapos si MJ, at saka si Donita Knows. Doon po kami kakatok at makikigulo, at magbibigay saya at pag-asa sa lahat ng mapupuntahan naming barangay.
Hanggang matapos ang Welcome Back Party ay damang-dama pa rin ang adrenaline rush dahil napaulanan din ng cash prize ang mga grupong sama-samang pumunta. At ngayon mula Lunes hanggang Biyernes sa TV5 Complex Novaliches na ipagpapatuloy ang pag-spread ng happiness at pag-share ng blessings.
Marami na ang nanalot na pangiti, pero mas marami pa raw ang dapat abangan dito lang sa Will to Win. Mobile Journal, Mary Mon Reyes po, at mukha ng...
Compared to,
Wala.
At dahil alas 3 na, ito na ang I Saw the Signs. Anong I Saw Isaw Reactions to Current Events Edition. Anong ibig natin sabihin dito, Tita Angela?
O, diba? Ano ba? O, yan.
Okay, on the hunt for Pastor Apollo Quibolo, yung si Quibolo na lang ang pag-asa mo para yumaman? Hindi ko na-gets.
Siya na lang yung pag-asa mo para maiahon sa kalugmukan. Kasi
Pero bakit
syempre
si Shrek?
10 million, ewan ko, kasi 10 million ang kanyang reward money, di ba? Pag nahuli. Kung sino man ang makapagbibigay ng impormasyon kung nasaan si Kibuloy, 10 million.
Pero
Labas
bakit si
mo
Shrek?
na. Ewan
Bakit si
ko.
Shrek?
Hindi ko rin alam.
Or baka may inside joke na hindi ko na-gets eh.
Bakit nga ba
Quibolo ba si Princess Fiona? Ano ba?
Ang alam ko si Princess Fiona na inaasar nila si di ba? Ayoko na sabihin.
Bulong mo sa akin. Yung nag-resign?
Di ba? O, next na daw, next na.
Reaction to Clark International Airport's plan to build a 35,000-seater arena in Clark, Pampanga. For international concerts and events. Anong sabi dito ay?
Sabi ng China, let's build the high-speed train lines to connect our people.
Anong sabi ng Japan?
Let's build more roads like super conveyor belts to improve our logistics.
Gusto ko ng may accent. Pero Philippines!
Let's get ready to party!
And last, ito na. Galing kay Manny Mogatoto, no? Ang entry ng ating Pulitzer Prize winner na suki, mga kapatid. Ang tanong, what did the Secret Service shout when Trump was shot? Eddie?
Donald Duck!
If it's, kung too early, send us your hate mail. Si Angela po'y sumigaw nun, hindi ako. At si Manny Magoto po ang nag-post yan sa social media. Send us your signs, Afternoon Delight, @gmail.com. Alright. And
Before we let you go, we'd like to send our greetings to our bosses. Of course, Mr. Manny V. Pangilinan, who celebrated his birthday yesterday. That's July 14. Happy birthday po, Boss MVP. And of course, Miss Jane Basas, who's celebrating her birthday today.
happy birthday, Ma'am Jane.
Saan ba tayo pupunta sa party?
Pero binasa mo yung tasteless joke kanina. Wala.
Gusto ko yun eh. Bakit ba? Para masaya.
Donald?
Duck! And that's Afternoon Delight this Monday, July 15. I'm Angela Lagunzad-Castro.
Bukas ulit, alas 2 in punto, nandito po kami sa ayaw nyo at sa gusto. Ako po si Lourd de Veyra. Have a delightful afternoon.